Debbie with the Crafty Diamond. Today I'm going to be working on a WIP, which is a work in progress, WIP, and I am going to be working on Titania and Oberon by Josephine, and this came from Diamond Art Club. I have been working on this since March the 1st. I did take a week break from this, but that's about it. I still have a lot to go, but I really want to have this finished by the end of April, if at all possible. So what a WIP and chat is, if you are not familiar, a WIP, work in progress, is where I'm going to be working and chatting with you and keeping you company while you work on something as well. And feel free to work on anything that you want to. And I'm going to work on this small section here while I chat with you. I have a couple of things that has been going on. Nothing really major. It's been kind of quiet here, which is nice. And one thing that I did not do last week was a WIP and chat. We had spring break. And so with spring break, I just did not get a chance to work on a WIP and chat. I diamond painting quite a bit, but I just did not get a chance to do a WIP and chat because it was so noisy, and Paige had some friends over and we were just busy. But so today I'm going to make up for that. And before I get started, I wanted to show you my new pen. Hopefully you can see it. And this is from Enabler's Outpost. It is the first pen that I have purchased, or really the first anything that I have purchased from them. And it is chunkier, if you can see that, just around the middle than what I am used to. But I absolutely love this pen. I love it so much that I actually ordered another one from Elizabeth and Edward, along with a diamond painting. They are now having diamond painting as well as their pens. I've heard so much about their renderings, and so I wanted to go ahead and try one. And so hopefully that will be in shortly, and then I will be able to have an unboxing with you. I'm really excited about that. I'm also using Randa's Putty for my multi-placer, and I just love her putty. I have several different scents. This one is vanilla, and I even keep it open because it smells so good. I've had it open every time that I diamond paint, which is pretty much every day, and it still smells really good. So I will definitely buy more putty from her. And I will also purchase some more trays. The tray that I am using today is from Bella Art de Nicole, and I have ordered a couple more trays, a larger tray of hers. This one is the older version, and the new one actually comes with a spout. I have a larger one here that I can show you. And so with this one, it's a really pretty green, and it also has a top. The top has a butterfly. It also has 3 dividers. You can raise this up and have 3 different colors, which I will definitely use when I get to confetti heavy areas. And then this one also comes with a stopper. The older one that I'm using today doesn't have a stopper, but I absolutely love these smaller trays. And so I will continue using those, even though I'll purchase more of the newer trays. And then for my minder today, this is also from Bella Art de Nicole. It says a Crafty Diamond on it, and I will just use this to hold back my paper, the plastic. Right now I am using the plastic that comes on the painting, but I do like release paper. I think I'm going to go back to release paper again on my next one, but for this one I am still fine using the actual cover that comes with it. I have sectioned it off using washi tape. The washi tape that I am using, not this brighter color, but the lighter color, that is simply gilded, and I really like their washi. I have used washi tape for years because I am a card maker as well as a scrapbooker. I haven't scrapbooked in a long time, but I have made cards. I made cards quite often, so I have a lot of washi tape. And my go-to for washi tape for diamond painting is simply gilded. It is a little more expensive, but it holds better. It is really pretty. I don't have to worry about it pulling up like I do with other tapes. And so I am definitely using this when I'm not using my release paper. Let's see, am I using anything else today? I am using glue dots for my single placer. And as a card maker, I do have a lot of glue dots laying around. So I use glue dots, or I will use putty, and sometimes I just use the blue wax or the red wax that comes in with kits. I do like to use the actual glue dots, but the only thing with the glue dots is that when you first put them in, and sometimes they are super sticky, so much where it's going to leave a residue on your diamonds. And so you may want to just push that down on a piece of paper, or even use your hand or your skin. And so that also helps with getting some of that sticky off. And I don't usually put more than 2 in. I use the little mini glue dots. I find that those work better than the micro or the larger ones, just on the pins and the way that I like mine to feel. I usually will use that. I also am using instead of using the plastic on the tips, this one does have the plastic, but on the multi-placer, it has the steel tips, and I do prefer the steel tips. Almost all my pins I have converted to steel tips. I have ran out, so I need to order some more, and I'll be doing that soon because I have a couple more pins coming in. I don't really have that many pins. I have, several, but I don't have just a huge stash. That is something that I haven't really done. I probably will eventually, but I would prefer to get the diamond paintings rather than getting accessories. I am using for my actual containers, I have a container that I have purchased from Amazon, and it's small bottles like this. And it holds quite a bit. It doesn't hold as much as I would like for it to when I work on larger paintings. On this one, I should have kitted up using my Elizabeth Ward trays, but right now they are all in use with other paintings that I'm working on. So I need to finish one of those, so I will have one available. I may just single place on this one today. I like to multi-place, but when I am trying to concentrate, trying to also think about what I'm going to say, sometimes I forget to multi-place, and then I like to think when I'm multi-placing. It just doesn't come as naturally for me, even after diamond painting for so long and doing so many projects. I still have to think when I multi-place. And I do prefer to use on the multi-placer, my favorite multi-placer is a 4. I can go with a 6, but I really like 4s. I don't typically go over a 4 on my multi-placer because I can't control it as well. I have seen so many content creators that are able to use 12 and 13 multi-placer, and I really wish I could do that, but that is just not me. I just can't. I have tried. I have bought some really cheap diamond paintings just to practice on, and they just look awful. And I spend more time trying to straighten them up. It's stressful to me, and I diamond paint to de-stress, so I go ahead and just use my 4 or my 6. So how is everybody doing today? I haven't even asked. I'm so bad. How is everybody doing? Are you getting ready for a long weekend? I know that several of my friends had off today, today being Good Friday. It will be Saturday by the time you see this, but my husband also had today off as a holiday, and I have been working, and so I wanted to stop for a little bit and go ahead and get this filmed so I'll have time to edit this evening and then get it up on my channel by tomorrow morning. I'm trying to post my WIP and chats on Saturday mornings, and then posting one other, whether it is going to be an unboxing or kitting up or post review or whatever it may be. I like to post another video on Tuesdays, and then if I get something in that I just can't wait, I want to go ahead and show you guys, I'll go ahead and post sometime during the week as well. But I don't want to overload you. I don't want to have so many videos that you get tired of seeing them and that you don't want to come back, because I'm doing this content for fellow crafters. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying working on the videos, and it's fun when I am diamond painting that I have somebody to talk to. Even though it looks like I'm talking to myself, I am just going on the fact as if you are actually there live while I am doing this. That's what I do at work. So it works out for my students, and sometimes my students are live, and so I've gotten used to that too. So I just will assume that I have someone out there. I'm not just talking to myself. What are you guys working on? Do you have anything, a project that you want to get finished as well? Are you working on any events? There were several events in March. I didn't really look in April because I knew that this one was going to continue. And this is the Josephine wall. One that I am doing, it is going to end at the end of this month. And I just hope that I have this finished. A lot of Josephine walls that I've worked on in the past, they have taken me sometimes 4 months to do. And Diana has taken me a very long time. But I work on her for a little while. I stop and work on something else. So I'm really hoping if I can get this finished the end of April or even the early part of May, I'm going to devote May to that one, plus some smaller ones that I can work on in the evening. And then I will work on something else if I get lucky and finish her. I know I won't. There are several events now that's coming up from June on, and so I have to decide which events that I want to do. I can't do very many events in 1 month unless I have a painting that is going to work for all of the events. And I don't see that for any of the upcoming events that I want to join. So I'm going to have to really look at the spreadsheet that's out there and also look on my date planner to see which ones I really want to do and then go from there. There's a lot that's coming in June that I'm really interested in, so I have to narrow down and see which one that I think I can finish. I definitely have a diamond painting for any of the events that's out there, so that's not going to be a problem. If I don't have the diamond painting, I'm not going to purchase one just to join an event, but all the ones that I have looked at so far, I have something, if not multiples, that I can choose from. So I would love to hear what you are planning on doing, if anything, for any events and what you're really interested in. Maybe next year, if my channel grows and if I feel comfortable enough, I can also participate as maybe a co-host with an event. I don't think I would want to do one on my own first. I would like to see how that it's done. Even though I've been in a lot of events, it would just be nice to have someone there that I could talk to and work some, any issues out, or work, any kind of logistics out for an event. So I think that would be fun. Let's see what's been going on here. I mentioned we did have spring break. It went by very fast. My daughter read a lot. She loves to read. And so she sat outside in our gazebo and read quite a bit. The weather was nice for a couple of days. And then we took our dogs walking around the neighborhood, so that was good. And we kind of did a little bit of shopping, and I took her to get some ice cream and her favorite yogurt. I guess it's not ice cream. at a place called Minchie's, and they have different kinds of yogurt. And so she really liked that. So we set out at the park and had yogurt. And we also could put different toppings on it. And so she didn't put hardly anything, but she kept saying, well, let's try this. And when she said, let's try this, she meant, why don't you try this? And she kept putting all of this stuff in my bowl, and you pay by the pound. So it wasn't too bad, but there was quite a bit in there. But it was really good. So that was a lot of fun. We do that in the summer sometimes. We'll just go sit at the park and get our yogurt just to get out of the house. And we haven't done that in a very long time, really, since COVID started. So that was something that we were both looking forward to. And then we both read at the same time a book, the same book, and we talked about it. And then we both diamond painted. She's still working on hers that she's been doing for a long time. She'll work on it for a little while, then she gets kind of tired and bored, and she won't do it for a while, and then she wants to start back up. So she'll eventually get hers finished. I'm not going to finish it for her. I told her it's something that she needs to do. If she really likes it and she wants it on her wall, it's something that she needs to do herself, because that will be hers and not me helping her. My oldest daughter bought a car, so I finally have my car back. And my husband has his car back, so he's not driving his truck, which was starting to cost quite a bit of money with gas, with the way that gas prices are. And we heard on the news, on the evening news the other night, that Georgia, the state where I live, it has one of the lower gas prices in the country. And I thought that ours was really high. And I think that it's scheduled to go up more next week as well. So because of that, he really can't drive his truck to work because he has to fill up every 3 days. And it was costing him like $120 to fill up every 3 days. So it was just crazy to drive his truck. But I am really proud of my daughter because she went out, she looked for a car, she found one that she liked. She had her boyfriend look at it too to make sure that he thought it was, a good car. And she called my husband, was talking to him. And so she applied for the loan and she did all that on her own, got her car. And so I helped her a little bit with the down payment because that's what I told her I wanted to do that because I planned on buying her an older used car anyway. So I just used that to put towards her car so her payments are a little bit lower. But she thinks that she will be able to pay it without any problem. So that is, definitely good. Plus, she had to get insurance on her own because she doesn't live with us. And because of that, she can't use our insurance anymore. So that was kind of an eye-opener for her when she realized how much that insurance is going to cost. But she still has gotten a newer car. The mileage is a little bit more than, what we would like to see, but it's really not that bad for a 2018. I think that she just really lucked out finding this car, and the person that had this car before her took really good care of it. I mean, you can just look at it and tell that they took really good care of the car, and that way I don't have to worry about her when she works different, hours or on the weekends. So I know that she's in a safe car. So that was one really good piece of news that we had, that we no longer have to spend our weekends going and looking for cars because there's really just not very many out there. I have pushed this over too far. Let me see if I can get this. These squares are fitting in so well on this canvas. With Diamond Art Club, they are one of my favorite companies. The majority of what's in my stash is from Diamond Art Club, so you will see quite a bit of theirs. One day I will become brave and I will do a stash and show you what all that I have. I'm not quite ready to go that far yet, but I will do that sometime soon. At least that's the plan. But these fit so well. I mean, they just fit right in. There's not any issues. There hasn't been any gapping. And I'm doing this sideways, so I really hope, I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a little string. Okay, got that off. This has just been a really fun canvas, and it's gone by fast. I think I've gotten a lot done, but I would like to be further than where I am. I'm really going to have to pick it up if I want to have this really finished by the end of the month. And if I don't, it's no worries. I would just like to start on something else. But I'm trying to do one at a time instead of rotating like I've been doing. I feel like when I'm rotating, I'm just not going to ever get anything finished. So I'm trying to focus on one painting at a time, getting it done, and then I can start on something else, except for smaller ones. The smaller canvases I will be able to do at night. I have a little TV tray that's downstairs, it's upstairs. And so I can put something small on it. I can't do anything really large. I have a small, it's kind of like a, it was supposed to be more so where I could just sit the canvas up and I can see it better. With this tray, it should lift up, but it just doesn't work very well. So I have to kind of lay it down flat, which is fine. But if it's a larger one, I have no place to put the excess. I have done it before upstairs, and it wasn't easy, but it was doable as long as I didn't have to get up very much. So I have several small ones that I can work on. So you'll see those. We've had craziness with nature, I guess is the best way to put it. I guess it was on Wednesday, my husband woke up, he was fixing his coffee, getting ready for work, and I was still upstairs, and our cat was acting really funny. And usually in the mornings, she does not like change. She has a very specific routine. So he was a little concerned the way that she was acting, and she just kept going back and forth, pacing over to a closet. And so my husband opened the closet, and when he did, a small mouse flew out from the closet, which we have not had any mice. We've had, no sightings of them. We've had, nothing. And so we think it must have come in like through the garage, possibly from the backyard. And so she was pacing back and forth. Once he opened it and this mouse flew out, he went and was trying to get the mouse. The mouse went under our refrigerator, which is an oversized stainless steel refrigerator. And he could not get the mouse out. He even got his shop back trying to blow the mouse out so he could blow it outside, and nothing. So he said that he didn't know where it went. We just kind of left it, and so didn't see the mouse, hear the mouse, or anything all on Wednesday, and the cat was still acting weird. So on Thursday, my daughter comes up, and I had just gotten out of the shower. She was yelling, and she said, "I found the mouse, and you need to come and take care of it," because she won't even take care of an ant. So she's sure not going to handle a mouse. So I went downstairs, and I don't know, I'm assuming that the cat found the mouse, that the mouse came out, and the cat was messing around with the mouse. So the mouse was already gone. I felt kind of sorry for the mouse. But I didn't know what to do. I don't like touching anything like that, but I knew I had to get it up because we have dogs, we have the cat, and it was very early in the morning. So I went and got just a stack, probably 5 or 6 of the plastic grocery, the little plastic grocery sacks, and put those in a big wad. My husband had some paper towels that he uses in the garage that when he's working on, you know, tools and different things out there. Then I went and grabbed that. So I got the mouse, I got also a glove. I've got the mouse, the glove. I had all of that, just stuck it into a bigger bag. And I should have had that recorded because that would have been a winner. And then it was time for our weekly trash pickup. So I went ahead and I took the mouse and put it out there. So I don't think we have any more. I think that was pretty much all. It was just that one little lone mouse. So we took care of that. And then we now have a robin that has decided that she's going to make her nest on our light on our porch, our front porch. And you can see her. She's a big size bird. We looked because she was not on her nest, and we looked in, my husband did, just very, very carefully, and he saw 2 eggs. Well, now she is back at the nest, and she's been sitting there, and we cannot open our front door. When we do, she starts flapping and making these weird noises, and she starts to come towards our door. And so we don't want her in the house. That would really be a mess. And the cat just goes absolutely berserk because she can see and hear this bird. So now we are waiting until this robin has her babies. And then once she does, they get a little bit older, then she will fly off and abandon the nest. Or that's what we have seen in the past. We've not had any robins. We have had several finches, and those seem to be really friendly. They didn't care if we opened the door. We went back and forth. They sat on our porch rail and just stared at us, and then they would sing. And then after she had her babies, there were 4 of them, then she had her babies all lined up, and they would stare at us, and we would stare at them. So that was really nice. I enjoyed that last year. I was kind of sad when they flew away, but this one is just really mean with this robin, and it could be that the others have been in a hanging basket, but she is just right there on the light. So we don't even really use our light because she's on it. And now when I have a delivery, I have a note out there. I'm afraid they're going to try to attack the delivery person. I put a note out just to say that, here we have a bird that's up there, and just to put the delivery on the porch. Because even trying to get at the bottom of the steps to go on the porch, she starts to go nuts, and she flies the opposite direction, gets in the tree that's right in front of our house, and stares at her nest. And you would think we were out in the country or rural somewhere, and we're not. We're in the city. My next door neighbor came over and asked for my husband's help. He had an older car that he was working on, that he was going to work on and then eventually sell. And he went and was doing something with his car and noticed that there had been some wires that were chewed up. So he started looking, and he found out that he had squirrels that decided to hunker down in his car. So he called my husband, and my husband went over to help him, and they had 3 squirrels that came scrambling out of that car, and it was just covered in leaves when they opened up the hood of the car, that they had been making a nest in his car. And so then he had to clean that out and take it, and he was getting it fumigated, and he's just really funny about those things. And so my husband was trying to help him, and he said, there's just all kinds of animals, around here that we didn't really know about. We had a deer in our yard that was eating my plants. And that's kind of unusual for where we are. Our last house, we did have a lot of deer. You could walk by them. They would be on the sidewalk, and you would just walk past them, and they just completely ignored you. So that was always fun, watching them, watching their babies. But here we don't see that. But hopefully we will not have any more issues with animals, especially with mice. I just absolutely, I don't know. I had a hamster when I was younger, and I love my hamster. That wasn't a problem, but I just don't like mice. And I think the reason why I don't is because if they just start walking out in front of you, you know, where you're walking and they just, you know, come out, and them just popping out kind of scares me. I mean, if I knew that they were there, and that would not bother me. So if they were in a cage or, you know, whatever, I could handle that. But to just handle, you know, just to be able to have a rodent in my house, I just, oh, no. So I guess our cat did her job. She was also very proud. She wanted to make sure that I saw it. Thank goodness she didn't try to, you know, put it in our bed. That would have been a nightmare. But when my husband got home, she also wanted to show him. She was so proud. She took him in there and she kept rubbing her head. And so he was sitting there telling her that she did a good job. And then she slept all day yesterday. And she slept quite a bit today. So I think that she's just worn out. So that's our saga with animals. And let's see. Today is my birthday. And we're going to go out tomorrow to dinner with my oldest daughter, and her boyfriend may go depending if he has to work or not. And then of course my youngest daughter is going with us. So we're all going to go out to eat as a family, which we haven't done in forever. I guess really since before COVID. So that will be really nice. I'm looking forward to that, to having everybody together. It's hard to do with everyone's schedule, especially with my older daughter because of the way that she works. But I am very blessed to have her living close by, and that way I can see her more often and we can do things, and even just to call and talk. And my students were so sweet today. I had one of my accounting classes this morning, and two of my students who have been in my class before, they came in and they brought some food, some snacks, and then they also made a cookie cake, and they actually decorated and it looked really nice. One student is actually going through the culinary courses at the community college, and so she was practicing and did a really good job, and it tasted really good. So we had a small little treat today, and then we finished up the review for their exam. And finals are coming up, so that's always stressful. And it's not just stressful for my students. I stress about it too, because I want them to do very well in my class. I want them to leave my class, and I want them to know that they actually, you know, learned quite a bit, that they didn't just receive a grade, they earned their grade. And I am really proud of all my classes for this semester because they're all doing very well. And then once this semester is over, I'll have about 3-week break, and then I'll have summer semester to start. We have graduation coming up in May, and that's always exciting. I always love to see the students that I've had in the past graduating. And I think we must have quite a few that are graduating this year because we're having 2 different ceremonies. So there must have been enough that's going to warrant having 2 separate ceremonies instead of one big one, which is what we normally do. On this particular canvas, I have made my sections way too large. I never make my sections this large, and this time I just did. So I will remember that for next time, because I feel like I never get a section done, or I look like I'm all over the place, but I like to do one color in one section and then go to the next section. And it's hard to do that when the section is so big, and the colors are all over the place. I really hope. Let's see. And this chair is really squeaky lately. Something else I need to do. I went and I bought a new table for my craft room. I wanted something that was going to be more efficient for me and something that I could raise and lower easier than what I had, because a lot of times when I am making cards, I like to stand up and make my cards, and I kind of do the same thing when I am diamond painting. I will stand up sometimes and diamond paint, and so I wanted something that I could use that was large enough for either my diamond painting or for making cards. And I found something at Home Depot. We went and picked it up today. I had to order it. It took about a week to get in. And my husband took the truck and went and picked it up. And so he's like, what in the world did you order? It was in a huge, huge box. And the guy that brought it out said, well, I was going to bring it out by myself. And he said, I realized how big that this was. And he said, I had to get some help, which is what took him so long to get the order to us over where we were parked. And so it weighed 129 pounds. And we got it in the house. It wasn't too bad because I have it in the actual basement, and we can drive right to the basement door. And so that's what my husband did. He got it in for me. And then he said that he had some things he had to do, but that he was going to put it together for me. So I am looking forward to seeing my new table, but I really had no idea. I guess I should have looked to see how much it weighed. It is going to be very nice, and I should have known it was going to weigh a lot because it's a Husky, the brand, and then also the fact that it raises and lowers. That should have been a dead giveaway that this was going to be huge. But maybe by my next video, I will be on my new table. And I think it will be easier to see as well. I've turned off my light pad. Thought it might be easier for you to see, but it's not easy for me to see. I'm used to having my light pad. These symbols are really clear. I don't really have a problem with diamond art clubs. If I had another painting, I may have to figure out what I'm going to do about not using a light pad, because some of them are so small or they're so similar that they're really hard to see without a light pad. And just out of curiosity, do you guys use a light pad? Saturday's weather is supposed to be really bad here, just rainy and possibly storms. But Sunday, I think it's supposed to be just partly cloudy. So hopefully kids that want to have Easter egg hunts or church is going to have outdoor services, that they will not be affected. And we do have a very early morning sunrise service at our church outside. I don't think we'll go to that one because that's just too early for us, but hopefully it will be nice where we can sit on the patio at church on Sunday. I hope that you were able to get some work done, or you just wanted to follow along with me. I have got quite a bit. If you can see this section here, that's looking pretty good. I'm really loving these colors. It is really starting to pop and to come to life. And if you want to see the progress on this, you can continue to follow me on Facebook. I'm posting there, as well as posting on Instagram. And I'm going to show a picture of this completed, or as much as I've gotten completed. I have to do that outside of this frame because it is so large. I hope that you have a really nice weekend, and until next time, have a great one, guys. Bye.